Earth is getting a second moon for a limited time. Astronomers say an asteroid will come close enough to Earth to temporarily enter its orbit at the end of the month.
2024 was an exciting year for astronomy. April brought a stunning total solar eclipse, May showcased the aurora borealis, and October featured the passage of comet A3 Atlas. Summer also saw 4 consecutive supermoons, making for a spectacular year of celestial events. However, 2025 is set to be even more remarkable. Stargazers can look forward to 4 eclipses, a rare planetary parade, and Saturn's rings seemingly disappearing. But the real highlight of 2025 is its extraordinary eclipses, promising breathtaking sights for astronomers and skywatchers alike. Let's explore these 5 rare celestial events. Eclipses. The 2025 astronomical calendar shall be simply breathtaking, since it has an unparalleled quartet of celestial marvels that will stun astronomers worldwide. These rare events include 2 solar eclipses and 2 lunar eclipses, and the observers get the opportunity of a lifetime to witness the magnificence of nature. A blood moon eclipse marks the beginning of the astronomical year on March 14th. This rare sight is one of the most extraordinary celestial occurrences in the solar system. During this occurrence, Earth positions itself in the middle between the Sun and the Moon, thereby creating a line that puts Earth's shadow over the surface of the Moon. One of the amazing aspects of this phenomenon is the alteration of the color of the Moon to reddish-orange, rather than being fully blocked from view. The cause for this phenomenal coloration lies within Earth's atmospheric conditions. As the sunlight traverses our atmosphere, it goes through a dramatic phenomenon where the shorter wavelengths of blue light become scattered in all directions in the sky, but the longer wavelengths of red light maintain their path, bending around Earth to reach the lunar surface. This scientific phenomenon, Rayleigh scattering, illuminates the Moon with a weak copper-red glow, thus creating what astronomers call the blood moon effect. This particular total lunar eclipse will be a long-duration astronomical event that will last 3 hours and 38 minutes, beginning at 1:09 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The peak blood moon time will last 65 minutes, beginning at 2:26 a.m. EDT. Observers on various continents will be able to see this event, including those in North America, Antarctica, Alaska, northeastern Russia, and Africa. Historical records show that North American audiences last had an opportunity to witness a total lunar eclipse on November 8, 2022. This most recent event was of particular interest in that it was the longest duration lunar eclipse visible across much of the continent since 1989, and it was a rare cosmic event that served to highlight the dynamic fluctuations in celestial mechanics. Another intriguing aspect of eclipses is that they come in pairs, and about 2 weeks pass between each occurrence. Following the March 14th total lunar eclipse is another celestial marvel for astronomers to witness. On March 29th, there will be a partial solar eclipse, when our Moon eclipses up to 93% of the Sun's radiant disk at its zenith. This extended celestial spectacle will last for almost 4 hours, starting at 4:51 a.m. EDT. The viewing region for this spectacle will cover large geographical regions, such as parts of the Americas, Western Russia, Europe, and Africa, offering many vantage points for viewers with suitable solar viewing equipment. The third eclipse of the year will be especially notable, with another total lunar eclipse lined up for September the 7th. Visible on a number of continents, including Asia, Russia, Africa, Oceania, and Europe, this phenomenon will occur for 3.5 hours, starting at 4:27 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. What is unique about this eclipse is its timing in the context of Earth-Moon relationships, occurring shortly after the Moon reaches perigee, the point in its elliptical orbit closest to Earth. The proximity will result in the Moon appearing a little larger on the horizon, bigger than usual, and with an awe-inspiring appearance to onlookers all over the world. The duration of the entire eclipse will be 72 minutes, which is longer than the March blood moon. The longer duration provides scientists and astronomy enthusiasts with equal opportunities to study and closely monitor the color change and the shadow pattern as the eclipse progresses. The cosmic calendar is completed by a partial solar eclipse on September the 21st, visible primarily from Antarctica and Oceania. As the final astronomical event of the year, the disk of the Sun will be partially eclipsed by the intervening Moon for approximately 79% as viewed by observers in the Southern Hemisphere, thereby creating a spectacular partial solar eclipse that will serve as a fitting finale to the extraordinary run of cosmic events in 2025. But just as the eclipses leave their mark on the sky, 2025 has another rare spectacle in store, one that brings nearly the entire solar system into view. As the new year begins, a breathtaking planetary alignment will unfold, offering a sight few will ever witness. Planet Parade. In the month of January, a strikingly unusual astronomical phenomenon will take place in our celestial neighborhood that will undoubtedly get the attention of stargazers and astronomy enthusiasts across the globe. While this amazing event unfolds, 6 of the 7 worlds that comprise our solar system will be visible in the night sky simultaneously, creating an absolutely stunning celestial spectacle. Among these amazing celestial bodies, 4 of the brightest planets will be conspicuous and reveal themselves with an unparalleled clearness that is hardly ever perceived by the naked eye. As the twilight slowly disappears and the comfortable warmth of daylight is gradually extinguished by the enveloping shroud of night, look to the southwestern quadrant of the endless horizon. There, in that specific spot, you will see both Venus and Saturn positioned close to one another, displaying themselves in an amazing way that will almost appear unreal because of their surprisingly close distance to each other. Venus, blazing with a radiance that outshines that of its heavenly companion, will produce a visual display that will be absolutely impossible to overlook against the ever-darkening background of the extensive universe. High above in the big sky, the grand planet Jupiter, the second brightest planetary object in our evening sky after the radiant Venus, will certainly catch your eye with its striking and powerful presence. The gas giant recently finished its opposition phase, an important astronomical phenomenon, and so it is currently shining at its brightest form. In the meantime, positioned on the easternmost part of the horizon, the planet Mars will be softly glowing, emitting its familiar red glow that many have learned to recognize and appreciate. January is the optimum month of the year for viewing the red planet, Mars. Since it will be in opposition, it will be nearer to Earth than it has been in over 2 years. In contrast, Mars will be extremely bright and fully illuminated, hence offering perfect conditions for scientific study and the hobby of astrophotography, so it will be an excellent opportunity for amateur and professional astronomers. The planet, in a remarkable display, not only enhances and intensifies its brightness to a significant degree, but also establishes a fascinating synchronization whereby its rising occurs in the eastern horizon at the same time as the sun gracefully sets in the vast western heavens. Moreover, it continues to remain visible and observable to the naked eye throughout the entire cycle of the nighttime, casting its glow across the darkened sky. The nearness of Mars to our home planet, Earth, works to not only intensify the intense glow that Mars radiates, but also greatly enhance the degree of detail to be discerned when using telescopic aids. Amateur backyard astronomers who routinely spend their evenings gazing up at the stars and making astronomical observations from their residential locations will have the thrilling experience of being able to closely study a number of sensitive surface features that range from the dramatically frozen polar caps to the involved atmospheric circulation patterns, as well as the tremendous volcanic landscapes that typify this nearby planet, all with a much higher level of visual clarity and sharpness than has been previously possible. This increased resolution will also allow observers to closely scrutinize the geological structures located on the planet's surface in a way never before achievable, which will, in turn, enable valuable contributions to be made to what is known about its complex composition and structural properties. Uranus ought to be positioned in close proximity to Jupiter, while Neptune will be seen lingering in the vicinity of Venus and Saturn in the vast space. observers keen to glimpse these far-off ice giants will, nonetheless, have to turn to optical aids, as the faint glow of these bodies is outside the capabilities of human eyesight unaided. The theatrical astronomical show will persist through the month of February, with the decreasing moon providing its presence to the planetary alignment from January 31st until February 14th. The cosmic parade occurs less and less as February comes to a close, as Mercury becomes part of the procession, making it a short 7-planet parade. Spectators, though, will have their work cut out trying to see all 7 planets simultaneously. Mercury, Saturn, and Neptune will all be positioned so that they will appear to be suspended fairly close to the disk of the Sun as it sets on the horizon. To be able to catch even fleeting moments of these interesting planets against the backdrop of the brilliantly lightning twilight glow, one will need to have a clear and unhindered view of the western horizon. Saturn's rings. Saturn's spectacular ring system disappearing from our terrestrial perspective is a stunning astronomical event that will occur on the 23rd of March. The spectacular sight, astronomically termed a ring plane crossing, is an occurrence that occurs roughly once every decade and a half due to the precise orbital alignment of Saturn's inclined ring system with our planet and the globe of the Sun. To comprehend the mechanics of this spectacular celestial event, let us embark on an examination of the fundamental principles involved. Saturn's elaborate ring system does not exist in a perfectly horizontal plane relative to its orbit. Instead, these remarkable features are tilted at an angle of approximately 27 degrees, thereby offering Earth-based observers a broad view of their expansive, luminous surface throughout most periods. As Saturn orbits the Sun, the tilt of its axis makes the rings slowly change in their angular presentation to our terrestrial perspective. During each alternating 15-year period within Saturn's 29.5-year orbit, the rings will present themselves with precise edgewise alignment to our line of sight on precisely 2 occasions. Despite their amazing radial size of more than 270 million Earth miles, Saturn's planetary rings are unbelievably phenomenal in terms of vertical thickness. The humongous edifices possess an unbelievably slender shape with a thickness of only 10 meters to 1 kilometer in the majority of sections. During periods of ring plane crossing, Earth-based observers are presented with only this narrow edgewise perspective, and the rings are all but invisible in the cosmic landscape. This temporary invisibility is a bittersweet reminder of the enormous scale and exacting geometry that exist in the design of our solar system. An enthralling set of cinematography of NASA's Cassini mission between a recent ring plane crossing experience offers first-hand information about the phenomenon through this singular observation window. The Planet spacecraft that bridged across the celestial space through south to north latitudes saw the rings change spectacularly, dipping lower and converging into a radically thin, thread-like feature. Later, they reopened to reveal the previously obscured face of the ring plane, where the solar radiation filtered through the icy particles at diminished intensity. This breathtaking visual document comprises 34 individual images recorded within a 12-hour period while Cassini safely traversed the ring plane itself, providing valuable scientific data on Saturn's intricate ring system dynamics. The upcoming astronomical calendar for 2025 is of particular interest and special importance, as it holds an extraordinary celestial phenomenon known as the ring plane crossing that will take place on the 23rd of March. This event is sure to draw the interest of astronomers and enthusiasts in equal measure due to its significance in the study of Saturn's unusual characteristics. However, 11 days before this spectacular event on the 12th of March, Saturn will go through a process known as solar conjunction. During this period, Saturn will be directly behind the Sun from our vantage point here on Earth and thus temporarily disappear from view to the naked eye. The very accurate alignment of the bodies involved results in observing conditions being significantly bad for an extended period, i.e., for some 44 days during the time of the event. This poor situation actually renders the crossing of the March ring plane effectively unobservable to Earth-based telescopes, ruling out observation in any manner whatsoever for this duration. Luckily, both professional astronomers and backyard sky enthusiasts alike will be given another excellent chance to get a close look at the wonderful rings of Saturn in their dramatically, almost edge-on presentation later this year. This eagerly awaited event should take place on or around November 23rd, when those amazing rings will once again appear to observers as exceedingly thin features, mesmerizing all who make an effort to glance up at the evening sky. These rare cyclic ring-plane crossings present scientists and enthusiastic astronomy buffs alike with a fairly short and limited time window, during which they are able to conduct highly sophisticated and detailed observations of the fascinating dynamics of Saturn's intricate ring system. The observational data collected under these very special and discrete time windows will often reveal profoundly significant insight into the compositional makeup as well as the material distribution of the rings. This data is very critical in that it reveals information that would otherwise be obscured or hidden under typical viewing conditions that normally prevail within the observation of celestial bodies. Moreover, these accurate observations also play a valuable role in enabling researchers to further improve and increase our understanding of the complex processes that are involved in the evolution and formation of the complex ring system over extensive periods of time. Following the date of November the 23rd, it ought to be noted that observers based on Earth will not be able to observe any other crossing of the Saturnian ring plane until October the 15th, 2038, which clearly shows the uniqueness and rare occurrence of this fascinating astronomical phenomenon. For the fortunate individuals who possess telescopic equipment, this is a unique and exciting opportunity to observe for themselves an extraordinary astronomical event that is an integral part of our continuing scientific exploration of the amazing and fascinating ring system of Saturn. The diligent observation and accurate documentation of such events are of tremendous significance in our continually expanding corpus of knowledge regarding the intricate dynamics of Saturn's sophisticated rings and their essential position in the grand scheme of the overall design of our solar system. The wonders of 2025 don't stop there. As planets continue their cosmic dance, the night sky will be graced with a series of rare and mesmerizing alignments. Among them, one event stands out, a breathtaking meeting of Venus and Saturn that will captivate skywatchers early in the year. Conjunctions. 2025 is poised to be a magical moment for looking at the sky, most noteworthy, highlighted by its exquisite series of cosmic alignments, which will illuminate the dark sky here on Earth. Next year is set to show some incredible possibilities in observing unusual planetary configurations, things that will equally captivate both professional and amateur astronomers. Among the most eagerly anticipated celestial events will be the first Venus-Saturn conjunction, which will culminate on January 18th. Throughout the previous weeks, viewers will have the privilege of watching these two beautiful bodies draw progressively nearer to each other in the evening sky, their positions altering incrementally as they draw progressively nearer to each other. By the scheduled date of January 18th, these planetary neighbors will have positioned themselves to within degrees of separation, presenting a dramatic visual alignment against the background of the constellation Aquarius. For those who are fortunate enough to have appropriate viewing instruments, this alignment will offer an unprecedented chance for comparative observation of these two dissimilar worlds. Their contrast of luminosity will be most striking, as Venus will burn with unusual brilliance at a brightness of -4.5, and Saturn will be its usual steady light at magnitude 1, although their great distance will render them inaccessible within a telescopic field. Their nearness will still give us a wonderful view of the dark sky. Audiences who miss this precise alignment on January 18th need not lose hope, because these cosmic companions will continue their proximity over the duration of several consecutive days, providing an entire range of viewing opportunities up through January 20th. At the end of the year, sky observers will be treated to an even more spectacular sight with the phenomenon of the Jupiter-Venus conjunction, which will surpass the visual display of the first Venus-Saturn encounter. As the two brightest planets in our solar system, Venus and Jupiter will both add their bright presence to provide a truly marvelous celestial spectacle visible to the naked eye. Although Mars occasionally takes Jupiter's place as the second brightest planet in the solar system when it is in opposition, this is a temporary position. The conjunction of Venus and Jupiter is an unparalleled astronomical union, commonly visible as a bright double star effect in the heavens. This year's conjunction will reach its climax in the pre-dawn hours of August 12th, at which time these two bright worlds will be merely incredibly close to one another, positioning themselves a mere 1 degree apart in the constellation Gemini. Venus, radiating brightly at an amazing magnitude of -4, will steal the show in the sky performance, with Jupiter maintaining its own dazzling luster at magnitude -2. Their joint vision will be of such breathtaking beauty that it will be very noticeable to spectators who have only their own unassisted eyes to rely on. What is so uniquely noteworthy about this particular event is the serendipitous timing in that it precisely coincides with the climax of the Perseid meteor shower. Viewers will thus be treated to a double astronomical delight, a jaw-dropping planetary alignment accompanied by one of the Earth's favorite and most reliable meteor showers. This unusual coincidence of events holds the promise to give an out-of-this-world experience to all viewers on our planet. Along with these stunning binary oppositions, 2025 will be remembered for hosting not one but 3 remarkable triple conjunctions as the Moon aligns with surrounding planets to create breathtaking celestial formations. These rare occurrences will provide wonderfully spectacular views for viewers on the Earth's surface, presenting special opportunities to appreciate and photograph celestial magic in a unique manner. The first triple conjunction will be seen in the evening sky on February 1st, with the viewers being treated to the scenic sight of a thin crescent moon sandwiched between Venus and Saturn. Even though the precise placement of our moon friend relative to these planets will vary with the position of the Earth, the visual experience will be just as captivating at all geographical positions. This divine alignment will illuminate the twilight sky with extraordinary luminosity, thus providing an ideal time for astronomy photography and recording. The second triple conjunction will appear in the pre-dawn sky on April the 25th as a waning crescent moon approaches close to Venus and Saturn. This alignment will assume the shape of an interesting, smiley face formation in the celestial sky. Adding drama to this amazing spectacle, Neptune will also make close proximity, even though viewing will be possible with the help of a telescope. For people lucky enough to have an unobstructed view of the eastern horizon, Mercury's small form will also come into view, although detection will definitely be challenging due to its minute size and proximity to the solar disk. The final triple conjunction of the year 2025 occurs on September 19th, as the Moon, Venus, and Regulus, the bright central star of the constellation Leo, converge. During pre-dawn hours in the eastern sky, a thin, waning crescent moon will make an extremely close pass to Venus and Regulus, creating a truly spectacular celestial get-together. At this juncture in the temporal nexus, Venus and Regulus will already have coalesced into the dramatic conjunction, with our moon companion completing the triumvirate to offer an even more dramatic sight. As this close affinity shall still be within view by the naked eye, binocular usage shall present the finer qualities of this lovely conjunction into even greater relief. But before the year draws to a close, the sky has one more breathtaking display to offer. As September approaches, Venus will take center stage once again. This brilliant planet, known by 2 names, appears to have some tricks up its sleeves. But why is it both the morning star and the evening star? Let's unravel the mystery of dual Venus. Dual Venus. Venus holds a unique and fascinating distinction in the world of astronomy as the celestial object that is referred to by 2 various and well-known names: the morning star and the evening star. The dual character of Venus is derived from its changing positions with respect to Earth's sky, which creates a fascinating and unusual astronomical phenomenon that has amazed and intrigued viewers and stargazers throughout the ages. A long-awaited, rare astronomical event will unfold throughout the month of March 2025. From March 18th through March 21st, viewers in the Northern Hemisphere will have the treat of observing an amazing phenomenon in the skies overhead. The planet Venus will be visible at the same time in both the morning and evening skies, creating a spectacular visual effect. This unusual, rare alignment of celestial bodies is a significant opportunity for amateur skywatchers and professional astronomers alike to observe and marvel at our fellow planet playing its dual roles during this spectacular event. The unusual ability of the planet to make itself visible on both twilights of a single day is due to two significant astronomical factors that have a decisive role to play: its extremely high brightness and its exact angular distance in relation to the Sun. This unusual and specific arrangement results in the creation of ideal viewing conditions that enable Venus to maintain its visibility as daytime conditions change throughout the day. It is important to understand that such occurrences seem comparatively rare when viewed from an astronomical perspective, with the next such one not likely to happen until the year 2033. One of the year's most highly anticipated celestial events is none other than the magical Geminids meteor shower, an awe-inspiring spectacle that converts otherwise dark, moonless nights into mesmerizing displays of rich cosmic activity. Every year, as December comes around, the Earth's path carries our world through a vast trail of detritus released by a dying asteroid. This incredible yearly flight through space brings about what astronomers call the Geminids meteor shower, a breathtaking display of shooting stars that shines brightly across the night sky, entrancing all who spare a moment to look up. During periods of highest activity, up to 60 to 120 meteors per hour are visible, flashing through the skies, typically peaking on December the 13th and 14th. This year's viewing conditions are going to be especially exceptional and truly remarkable, as the peak of the meteor shower perfectly coincides with a night that is completely free of any moonlight. The total lack of lunar light is an important factor in greatly improving visibility for all viewers, which enables even the weakest meteors to appear and be seen against the dark and vast backdrop of space that lies above us. This uncommon and lucky combination of such excellent conditions turns the night sky into a dynamic and fascinating tapestry of celestial movement, creating a magical setting where the faintest and most fragile meteor trails can be easily seen by those who are observing. The Geminids, one of the most stunning meteor showers, are attributed to having their origin in the constellation Gemini, which is unusual for seeming to rise soon after sunset each evening. This specific configuration in space geometry allows the meteor shower to be fully visible and accessible to sharp-eyed observers across the entire range of the Northern Hemisphere for the entire night. This year is special for offering especially favorable conditions for viewing because the moon will be on its 24th day during the peak activity of the meteor shower. This particular phase of the moon ensures that the moon will not be rising into the night sky until considerably later than the striking of midnight on the clock. This allows dedicated viewers a much greater window of time during which they can view under ideal conditions. These conditions allow for an ideal time to view and photograph the entire beauty and splendor of the meteor display in full glory. For the best and most enjoyable viewing experiences possible, astronomers strongly recommend that people select a good vantage point that is sufficiently distant from the negative effects of urban light pollution. Not only will this strategic and thoughtful positioning serve to minimize the interference caused by artificial light, but it will also allow viewers to fully enjoy and take in the entire spectrum of meteor activity occurring in the night sky. With additional perfect moon phases and maximum clear viewing potential, this unique arrangement promises to offer an optimum opportunity for viewing this truly marvelous celestial event in all its glory. Aside from the stunning and impressive list of astronomical phenomena that are set to occur in the year 2025, NASA and NOAA made it a point to issue a very important announcement during the month of October in the year 2024. This was in relation to the Sun achieving its solar maximum. which is the peak and climax of its 11-year cycle of activity. This state of heightened activity that is specific to the Sun goes through an increase in dynamics and intensity, resulting in the generation of amplified levels of solar flares, along with coronal mass ejections that have significant impacts on space weather. These powerful solar events release charged particles that travel towards Earth, where they engage with the magnetic field of our planet to produce breathtaking aurora displays. The current period of heightened solar activity is of great interest and has particular interest for aurorophiles around the globe. Contrary to what occurs in typical years, the increased incidence and magnitude of various solar phenomena mean that, on occasion, brilliant aurorae can potentially occur at latitudes much farther from the polar circles than is typically the case. Building upon the absolutely breathtaking and awe-stimulating spectacles that were witnessed in May and October of the year 2024, it is to be noted that a vast number of areas, which usually barely ever get the opportunity to witness these breathtaking natural light shows, may now have unprecedented and unparalleled opportunities to witness such spectacles during the entirety of the year 2025. This expansion of the zone of visibility provides exceptional and rare opportunities for people residing in temperate latitudes to witness these heavenly and out-of-this-world spectacles without needing to travel to traditionally aurora-privileged locations that are typically associated with such mesmerizing experiences. As we prepare for this extraordinary year of astronomical marvels, let us remember that every rare event we witness deepens our understanding of the vast and intricate universe we call home. Be sure to mark your calendars, set your telescopes, and keep your eyes on the sky, because 2025 is shaping up to be a year of celestial wonders that should not be missed. Until next time, stay curious.